Hello Pisces, this is your February reading. We are back to our regular readings. There will be a SuperMoon, full moon, around the middle of February. That will be February 19th, depending on where in the world you are. There will also be some movement with Mercury toward the end of the month, so you can certainly feel free to find your favorite astrology person on YouTube and find out what that means in terms of your sign and your chart, depending on what you like and what you follow. Pisces, get some shuffling done. Let's see how the month looks for you. See where your energy is. A lot of similar cards coming up for these signs, and as I've mentioned, this is the end of winter, and it's a time when the energy is kind of low. Pisces, give me one moment, please. Pisces, there may be some hurt feelings over having cut someone off. You may have decided that you made the wrong decision in doing that, or you may be questioning your decision. You may have decided that this was a way to sort of punish someone, or you may have decided that at the time you really wanted to cut this person off. Maybe in the heat of passion, it was an argument. I don't see a lot of so it was on your mind for at least some time. And again, there is something around. A lot of people are thinking about finances right now, and I know after the holidays that can be an issue. A lot of people start reevaluating finances, but some evaluation going in there, but it also looks like this could have been a bit of a hasty decision. You may have had it on your mind, but I don't think when the time came you really had a conversation with the person. I think the decision was made in haste. A lot of these same cards coming up for Scorpio, also for Taurus. I don't see this other person being particularly upset. Either they knew that it was coming, or they felt the same way. They may have just been so tired of the situation that they threw up their hands and said, you know, I've also had enough. But you really initially envisioned this to be a situation where single life would just be much better. I don't think you had, I think what you were envisioning initially, Pisces, just to be a little more clear, I think you were envisioning a lot more free time. I think you were envisioning having a lot more money to do what you wanted, to come and go as you pleased. Exactly what everyone does when they're thinking about, just like when you're on the end of a breakup, you romanticize everything about the relationship, and you're saying, you know, how perfect the person was, and then when you're in the relationship and it's going sour, you're having a bad time, all you can hyper focus on and magnify are all the bad things. Do you see what I'm saying? It goes both ways. So I think in that moment of being frustrated with the person, or maybe having a couple of months where things were not going well, and you were feeling restricted, you were really having these visions of starting all over again. I'm going to go out, I'm going to have clothes, I'm going to have all of these great things. It is going to be amazing. I am going to have all of my money to myself again. I can buy a new wardrobe. I don't have to answer to anybody. I can go out with my friends again. Won't this be great? Then you go to the, let me find it. Then you go to the, then you go to the other person and you say, I'm going, and they say, I'll see you later. Bye. I think it's been a little while now. I think you don't have as much as you thought you would initially. I think you're here now, which is normal, by the way. I think you went from feeling like this, you know, really like you had all your ducks in a row, feeling great, feeling full of resources, to this. This is where we are now. Not a nice place to be. You know, we have the Tower. Everything feels like it's falling apart, and you know, really focusing on what we've lost versus what we thought we would gain, not focusing on all of this freedom anymore like we thought we would be. Not having a lot of money, being out in the cold. You may now be taking that money that you thought you had and pumping it into something to make yourself feel better, but you may be overspending to compensate for that emotion and really being left out in the cold. I think you are looking for an offer from this person. I think you really were hoping they would come back to you, Pisces. I hope, I think you were really hoping that they were going to make an offer. Maybe thinking about just getting away. I think really looking for some kind of a sign of hope. Some kind of a sign coming in about either what to do or this person coming back. Because you are just really tormenting yourself. Oh, my poor Pisces. Oh, no. It looks to me like this person is talking with someone else. They at least have their eyes on someone else who they feel has a more nurturing spirit. I don't think it's going to, let me, Okay, Pisces, here we get down to the this will pan out one of two ways with this person. Either this person that they have their eyes on, they have a short love affair and your ex does come back. But it doesn't matter because you and your ex won't connect properly this next time. Because you're in a different headspace. So they do make you an offer. But you've already moved on and accepted that it's over. Even if they were successful with this person, you still get to this space where do you see what I'm saying? You still come to this space where your inner strength is, you've moved on. So it wouldn't matter whether the ex moved on with somebody else or they come back to you. You're in a different headspace, so it's not going to matter. And it is going to tempt you though. And it will put you back into, it is going to push you backwards. You may, you're going to have to remember even if you go with somebody new, you're going to have to remember what your issues were. Because you find this person very attractive. And they are going to really, patiently pursue you. So here you are. So, Pisces, you've moved apart. You're very much a slave to this emotion. I would really, again, in terms of February, around the time of the beginning of the month, which is now, and the new moon, which is in the middle. Okay, so around the 19th. There may be some communication with the ex between now and then. It doesn't look like it yields too much. It may even spark a little bit of an argument or more indecision. I see a lot of physical attraction for this person. The Lovers again. Coming up, Pisces. But with the other partner, with that ex-partner, really, and typically for this deck, the female energy dominates. Moon coming up again, which again, this person does care for you, Pisces. But I think you really, when you turned them away, I think it caused a wound with them. And I think it forced them into some introspection. And I don't think they are just going to, if you're looking for them to come back, I don't see that happening. They are sitting in an energy right now where they feel the weight of being pushed away, they feel the weight of being wronged, and they are not, they really aren't going to come back. I don't know how that communication gets started. It looks like it's a small message at first, and then it goes into something deeper. You two have some sort of, maybe a bit of a codependency or a shared need, and that's how I think that message gets started. You may rely on each other for something. This It's a slow-moving thing, though, the communication. It doesn't... starts slow and gets a little bigger, but it's not... I don't think the communication in February is the one that reunites you two or gets it going, because your ex is still in that energy. The other partner is still in that energy where they are just side-eyeing the situation. They are not ready to open up. They're ready to talk a little bit, but not too much. Not too much. They are just not going to come out that easily. So you're both, you are in more of sort of sad energy, Pisces. They are in and I don't give a shit energy. I apologize for swearing. The last couple of readings I've done, I've really... I think I've sworn here and there, and I don't like to, but right, that communication is not going to, you are not going to charm your way, and I think it's really going to make, I think if you try to act charming or complimentary to them, Pisces, it is going to aggravate them. I think just being honest is your best recourse with them right now, because this person is just having none of it. Right, they're not into it. They're not into it. Okay, Pisces, so around between now and the middle of the month, I would say a little bit of communication, a little bit, and then again, they are following behind someone. They do have their eyes on someone else, but it doesn't look like it goes too far, and it does result in them coming back to you at some point, but by then you're in a new mindset. However, you do get sucked back in, and then I think it's up to you to decide lot of beauty in these cards, a lot of beauty, temptation, emotion, Pisces, passion, love, anger, a lot of high emotion in these cards, a lot of love here in these cards. Also talking about not being taken advantage of. So I think when you get back to that place where you're up on your feet again, if your ex starts to come back, I would I would reconsider if that's a good time. We may be at the, I think we'll be into the March readings then. We may want to come back and take a look at that. If there are enough questions about needing another reading, I can come back on and look at that. But it talks about something new, perhaps a new romance coming in. It also talks about too much of a good thing. So intuitively, you may have been onto something here about why you needed to end it at the time. And I think maybe... Pisces, if you just felt incapable of handling all of that emotion, this just may not have been a time in life when you were ready for that. Or this may not have been, your person. A lot of fire with this other person, though. A lot of intense energy here. Take action. Pisces, that is your card. I think the time to take action and communicate, if you really feel the need to soothe any wounds, would be around the middle of the month. I would wait and let things simmer down a little bit, because again, this person is not, they are not in the headspace to hear anything right now, but you may want to decide how you will craft your response to this person, and I think you should be careful about that. All right, Pisces, thank you so much for sitting with me for a while. Take care now.